Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Beastly Eel, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the latest episode of The Boys. So, in this, it is episode 6 of the final season of The Boys, and a lot of stuff happened that I was not prepared for. So, it turns out that The Boys and Homelander, and basically Vought in general, are all trying to find Bomb Site because the thought process is Bomb Site is the one that has the Gen V1. I don't know why I had such a trouble time figuring that out. So the idea is we have um, Butcher and his team, basically the boys, trying to figure out how they're going to get to bomb site. So their first thought is to try to go to the old talent agent over at Vought, who is now working at a Vought theater, um, basically trying to be in hiding. That's where MM sees him and basically trying to figure out where bomb site would be. And the thought process is he wouldn't know where it is, but he knows Golden Geisha would know because the two of them were, as tight as thieves. And if anybody knows how to get a hold of him, it's definitely her. So he takes them to the senior citizen home where all of the soups of old from Vought are there. And so they're all trying to figure out where Golden Geisha is. So they fail in their first attempt to go in there and capture Golden Geisha, mostly due to the fact of all the old soups who were ready to defend her to what looked like their end of their life. So they tried a different approach, went in at night, knocked her out, and tried to escape that way. This time they only had to face three of the senior citizen heroes, and they were able to take them out with ease and get them out of there. So the goal was they were going to use Golden Geisha as a bargaining chip to try and get bomb site there. While this is all going on, we have Sister Sage trying to come up with her own plan because she's now made it so Soldier Boy will not help Homelander out at all. And her goal is now to help the boys find bomb site to get the V1 to destroy it so that way there's no way in heck that Homelander will ever get the V1. And that's kind of her plan. She used other Ashley to try to help with the situation, which was very good for her in that sense. So during all of this, we have, like I said, Sister Sage jumps ship to join them. Basically, gets bomb site there faster, just due to the fact of him using Golden Geisha as a scapegoat. Basically, knows what everyone else is doing at this point. Then we have none other than Soldier Boy show up to try to continue the fight onward. Now, the thought is Soldier Boy was being sent mostly due to the fact that he could deal with Bomb Sight, because Bomb Sight's powers are basically in unbreakable skin, flight, and superhuman strength. That's his basic thing, right? So the whole thing is he wants the V1 to give to Geisha so they can live forever. And she doesn't want to live forever. She wants to enjoy life the way it's supposed to, with the thought that at any moment we could go. And I thought that was kind of incredible. Liked every second of it, not gonna lie to you. I thought it was kind of cool just to see all that kind of come together. And we also get to see it from the perspective of the heroes as well, because um Kimiko is basically like, I agree, like, I don't want to live forever. Like, Annie and I have talked about this for a while, and that we don't want to live and watch you guys get old and die where we don't want to die by at all, but at the same time we would rather go if it meant you got to live a normal life and like we didn't have to keep watching you die over and over again, or basically once you get older while we stayed the same age, which I thought was kind of incredible in and of itself. We also have Annie and Huey dealing with the priest, where they were trying to put the virus in the church, which failed, obviously, mostly due to the fact that they got caught. Annie was dealing with him. However, his sonic voice was causing such an issue for Annie, she couldn't use her powers. And that's where Huey had to come out with the virus, basically stating, I will destroy this and kill you. And he's like, yeah, I don't believe you. You're going to kill Annie too? And he's like, she already has the cure. He goes, so once I drop this, the only person that's going to die here is you. and he backs up and goes away, and the two of them leave together without being able to place the virus there. So we now, like I said, bomb site and home. I'm sorry, Soldier Boy are fighting each other. They crash land basically in the middle of nowhere, and he basically exclaims to Soldier Boy explains to Bombsight that I can take away your V, get rid of your immortality and your powers, so you can live the rest of your life with your girlfriend. And he agrees, gives him the V1, gets blasted by the radiation, starts bleeding because he was hurt, and runs away once Homelander shows up, and they all take off. And then we have Butcher and the team, along with Sister Sage, seeing all this happen, where Homelander is given the V1 by Soldier Boy. Everyone is in shock, or nobody was in shock except for Sister Sage, which I find to be hilarious. So once Homelander gets it, he lasers his forearm, the top of his forearm, I believe, sticks the V1 into him, and we see his powers start to go haywire, and Butcher tells everyone to run. So how that part ends is he shoots his laser eyes straight up, and they're more powerful than we've ever seen them. So the idea is he's getting a big boost in power. The reason for Soldier Boy doing this, according to him, is the fact that Liberty, aka Stormfront, wanted him to be this. And his love for this woman was more than anything, and would rather have Homelander be this monster, basically, if that's what she really wanted. And so he agreed to it, and gives it to him, obviously. So the other part that we don't talk about is a little interaction between the Deep and Black Noir. So the Deep is ordered to be the mascot for the pipeline, the Alaskan pipeline, basically saying that it's safe. How he finds out about this is that he goes to see Sister Sage and Homelander while Sister Sage has failed at another attempt at recreating V1. Um, the Deep was very concerned and everything else. However, he was basically threatened that he has to prove his loyalty to Homelander over Fish, by allowing this pipeline to come to be. And he agrees to it reluctantly, does a PCA basically stating that this pipeline is the greatest thing for Vought in keeping America more powerful. Black Noir isn't happy about this, so he swims to the bottom of the ocean, punches the pipeline. The Deep tries to save all the fish, is unable to, in fact, gets covered in oil to the point where he can't even breathe anymore, where he has to get help from a bunch of people to basically clear out the oil in his gills, where he watches so many fish pass away. Um, Black Noir basically explains to him that he was the one that did it and doesn't feel bad for it, and in fact thought it was the greatest thing he could have ever done by stopping this from happening to begin with, since he's so cool with fish. Um, the Deep gets really pissed off, starts choking him out, pulls a knife out of Black Noir's outfit, digs the knife into Black Noir's throat, and kills him. The Deep realizes what he does and runs out of there as quickly as possible. So that's all that happened in this episode. So the next episode has to address Homelander being his new ascension, basically. He has now gotten the V1. He is now considered to be immortal. He is the most powerful soup ever to exist at this point, and nobody will be able to stop him, we assume. So we'll have to wait and see how that kind of plays off. There's still 2 episodes left, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm very curious to see what will happen, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But if you made it this far into the video, please let me know whether you guys like this episode or not, and why, down in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.